Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a quick little tutorial of a boxer dog's eye. Now the first thing I do is I block in all the darks of the eye. I make sure I'm looking at the reference photo and copying what I see. I try to block in the darks first because then I know where to reference all the other values in the drawing. So here I'm rendering the basic outlines around the eye. And sometimes I waver and put in a little bit more details. You can do as you wish, but this is usually how I start a drawing. So next up, I'm going to start drawing what's inside the eye, the reflection. So this dog's name is Brian, and looking at the reference photo looks like Brian's owner, his dad or mom, is taking a picture of him. So I'm doing my best to block in his shape and form. So I'm switching up my pencil here to a lighter shade. It's an H grade pencil. I'm carefully shading the lightest grays of the eye. Now I'm switching back up to my Pentel Orenz mechanical pencil. It has a really small point, 0.02, and it's great for detailing. I have a link in the description if you want to get this pencil on Amazon. Now I'm going around the eye rendering the cool little patterns of his reflection. Make sure you keep looking at the reference photo for more information and just draw what you see. Now I switch back up to my H grade pencil to render the light grays once again. I'm tapping the paper here, creating little dots and specks in the eye. Now don't rush this process. This takes time and it's so worth it. Next up, I am filling in the white part of the eye with my lightest shade. Just because it's the white part of the eye, it doesn't mean that it has no shadows. So make sure you fill that in with a very light gray, as you see here. I'm going back in and filling in more details. Going back to my Pentel Orenz pencil, it's time for the reflection to have eyelashes. Make sure you're looking at the photograph for reference. You don't have to exactly draw what you see, but do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Next up, I am starting to draw the rest of the fur around the eye. Now, people always ask me, how do you draw realistic fur? And I always tell them, you have to draw one line at a time. Here I'm following the curve of the eyelid and going around and rendering that form, one hair at a time. I know this may seem tedious for most people, but this is the only way I can create realistic fur. So I'm following the contour of the form again, as you see here, going around the eye. Now this is just the first layer of darks, so you can roughly draw this area. So now it looks like I'm going back and adding more darks around the outline of the eye. Looking at my reference photo, it's a lot darker at the bottom here, so I'm adding another layer. Back to my H grade pencil, I'm filling in a very subtle shade of gray at the top of the eye. I'm just lightly tapping the paper here. Now I'm filling in the bottom eyelid with also a very light shade of gray. Alrighty, let's finish this up. Here I'm using my H grade pencil and Orenz mechanical pencil. I'm adding more layers of darks of fur, as you see here. Remember, look at your reference photo to get the information you need. Also, don't rush this process because if you want realistic drawings, you need to put in the time. And the results are amazing, I promise you. People ask me, are mechanical pencils better than wooden pencils to draw with? and I tell them it's your preference. I like mechanical pencils because I don't need to stop drawing and sharpen them. It's really efficient and I get very consistent lines. There you go, guys. Thank you again for joining me on this quick tutorial of Brian's beautiful eyes. Now, if you want more in-depth tutorials, you can become a patron on my Patreon page. I provided the link in the description of this video. Hopefully you can come join me and learn with me on that platform as well. You guys rock. Keep working at your craft. Don't give up. Make sure you practice and practice every day and practice some more. It really does make a difference. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon.